Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have House Bill 448 with Free Conference Committee. If you would, do we have the Free Conference Committee report in front of us? Okay.
It has been reported, yes, sir.
Can we go ahead and move for adoption of that before I explain?
Motion is for the adoption of Free Conference Committee Report 1. Is there any discussion on the Free Conference Committee Report?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Bill 448 as amended by Free Conference Committee Report 1 essentially is this. Section 1 has carry forward authority for CPE. Section 2 corrects the naming of a specific appropriation by name that was included in last year's budget. Section 3 is what we have previously passed in this body in House Bill 553 regarding unnecessary funds duplicate allocation to TRS, which has been pulled back. Doesn't affect any of their other funding. This was pure duplicate. We've talked about it before. Section 4 through 5 deals with data SIM appropriation, not removing it, but just making sure it's pushed through another avenue, another mechanism to make sure it gets done as directed in the last budget. Section 6 is somewhat a new item that comes from the Senate. There will be some funds left from the $75 million that was appropriated through the ARPA funds to deal with nonprofit issues subsequent to COVID. There will be some funds left over. We'll participate about $2.5 million, and that'll be designated to the Kentucky Nonprofit Network to deal with nonprofits generically across the state. Section 7 has carry forward language also. Section 8 authorizes bonding for West Kentucky University for the Gordon Ford College, which we've discussed before. Section 9 references generally House Bill 11, which we passed in the first week of session, which brings money back from the Transportation Cabinet of approximately $17.5 million, which was not necessary to their budget any longer. Section 10 makes sure that what we had referred to last year as plasma games is implemented. Section 11 deals with restricted fund authorization for cosmetologists so that they can digitize their certification process. Section 12 essentially references House Bill 75, which we passed earlier this session. This allows the money that's collected under that bill mechanism to proceed out as anticipated. Sections 13 through 14 deal with the Rural Housing Trust. I'll take a moment on that one. It's a new section. West Kentucky, East Kentucky safe funds, $10 billion from each of those goes into a newly created fund that will be administered by KHA, Kentucky Housing, for the benefit of East and West, with certain normal procedures set in for how to get to housing needs in both of those areas. Section 15 deals with the self-insurance fund issue that has arisen, for which we've had consultation back and forth with the executive branch. This is a Band-Aid fix to get us into the next session so we don't have certain participants in the fund, if not all the participants, suffer some severe loss for loss of the fund itself. Section 16 declares an emergency. With that, I would move for final passage of House Bill 448 as amended by the Free Conference Committee number 1.